Hello, I don't have any video yet, but it says I've been live for 15 seconds, so if I am indeed, hey, look, there I am. This is, as you can tell, this is my first time doing it. I'm new at this, and I'm just trying to figure it out. But yeah, this is my first launch. I even have the test. The test is probably still live on my channel, but this is my first stream, and it's something I've wanted to do for a long time, and I think about it, and here I am today doing it. So that is a win. It's easy to focus on sometimes the negatives, but it's good. It pays off to focus on your wins sometimes, especially if you're looking for some self-esteem. So I am here doing it, and I've been thinking about it for a long time, and I always told myself I wanted to do it in the new year, so I'd get to it in January. So that's another thing. Good for sticking to the timeline. But anyways, today I'm gonna be making some art. I'm grateful to have an incredible life. But anyways, right now a friend has commissioned me to make some art for his music, and the music's not yet released, but I'm playing some of his other music from a past album. So I'm going to stream some of the music, and I'm going to be here in my collage station working on just getting creative. He told me he liked some of the collage work I was doing, and I'm not really comfortable. Like, I made it for myself, um, so I don't really. It still uses other people's images pretty largely. If you're familiar with collage, you just cut out pieces from books. Like, so this is something I cut out. So if I were to glue that onto a canvas, in addition to other things, there's really, you don't want to sell things that are copyright. Um, Anyhow, but he did like the style. So here I am. I haven't made a collage collection in a long time, but I have the intention to build collage. I went to the art store today and I got a couple wood panels. So I'm going to be building, and I did start one last night uh, for this gentleman, and I don't know where it's going. So I'm just going to create. You get a top-down view of my work surface here. I'll probably work on a few different pieces at once. I'll stream the music, and we're just gonna have fun. I will show off some of the older collages from the first and second series. That one called Night Owl. There's another kind of one, and I probably made like 20 or 30 of these things, But yeah, so I'm grateful for the opportunities to work. I'm so thankful for the opportunities. So let's do it. Let's have fun. And one last note before I really just dive in. I am going to try. It's interesting making art because sometimes I get so attached to the way something looks, even when it's not necessarily done, and it makes it hard to continue working on it because I'm afraid of making it worse, making a mistake. So I am going to do my best to embrace the destructive mindset as much as I can, which is not afraid to just work on something, and even throw expectations aside and just vibe with the music and just have fun and not worry about making things worse, but just following my excitement and creativity. So anyways, that is my opening spiel. I'm gonna hop in and work for a bit and stream this music. I will show you some of, his name is Henry Nozuka, and I'll just take you over here. So right now we are listening to the album called From the Echo of a Dream, and we're gonna just, yeah, there we go. We're gonna start it from the beginning. I think we're listening to the first one. We'll just start it over, and here we go. Let's have some fun. Actually, I'll just cut out. I'll have different. Just looking for my knife. I'll have different sessions where sometimes I'll just cut stuff out. Sometimes I'll just glue. And I've collected so many pieces. I got bags and bags. This is just one of pieces already cut out. I got a box of other pieces, and I got all kinds of things, crafts on the table here. So I found my knife. But anyways, I had this piece of paper that says Emmy nominations on it. Like, they were nice letters, who knows? But Another thing is that I'm usually working on several pieces at once. When I did go to the art store today to get some canvases, I picked up 5 pieces actually. I got three small wood ones, and then I got a couple bigger wood ones. So I'll probably progress a few different pieces as I work. That way, when you get tired of one, you can bounce around, and you have a big pool of pieces. And sometimes, like, and he also was asking for. He hired me for 2 works, and he asked for them to kind of be similar, so I thought I could use like the same pieces on both. Like I might use this paper on both to kind of pull the worlds together. Um, the already pieces that I'm working with right now already do have a lot in common because I was cutting them all out for this big red piece that I never finished. So there's already a very strong red theme right now. So I'm gonna put this Emmy nomination on. Just it's interesting. I talked about the destructive mindset, which is helpful because right now, if I were to like love this piece and be in love so much with it, it would make me afraid to do anything, right? As I was saying. So then you might ask, well, if you love it then and you don't want to do anything, don't do anything. Let it be done, The thing is that sometimes I don't get to the end of it, you know? Um, it's like I still need to do something new. I need to incorporate a new element, but I'm afraid to do it because it might look bad. But it's such a cycle. Like sometimes you do something and it indeed does look bad, and it makes you not want to work on the piece. So you put it away for a year, who knows? And then when you do get back to it, let's say, you don't care about it anymore because you kind of ruined it, and now you've succeeded in not being afraid to work on something. So sometimes you just got to make it be bad, so you're compelled to keep making it good and even better, right? So you're gonna learn some collage techniques with me here today. So as you can see, I just threw down this nomination. I'm kind of vision boarding with this piece right here. Like I'm down to call in some, not just nomination, but nominations. So, art can be prophetic in that way. You can call in even with a song. Imagine you wrote a song about your greatness, and I mean that sounds boastful when you put it that way, but you wrote a song about your gratitude and sing that over and over and over. Like you become the art that you make. It's very much prophetic. It's a statement of intention. Right? Art is a very powerful process. So I actually really like that. Perhaps too much. You know what I mean? I'll put that there. This was the main piece I kind of started, but I actually really want to start up on this big one here. So I had this really cool. I know I was telling you that I don't want things to be. Oh, I just hit my webcam. I don't want to steal people's images, and like resell them. Not steal, but like I don't want to. So when I'm working on things, I need to make them more and more abstract. So being the first piece, it's still pretty clear here. Like that's even too much for me, but obviously you can. I don't know if you can tell or not, but the original pieces like that, right? But right now I've cut it into 3, and I think I'm gonna lay it down something like that. Yeah, so not only a destructive mindset, but a not attached, a really detached way of. I mean, there's nothing on it. Imagine I was afraid to even lay the first piece down. That is so ridiculous, but at the same time, it plagues so many moments of your life. But see, even that is predictive and prophetic. If I say it plagues people, then it's probably going to plague people. So this is a defiance. This is me embracing my creative. This is me celebrating my freedom through creativity. So, and even if it's bad, at this point, I don't even care, right? There's that Warhol quote that says, make art, and while other people are deciding whether it's good or bad, whether they love it or hate it, just make more art, you know? So here I face a little micro decision. Should I hang it over the edge, or should I just do it flush, right along the edge? I ran into a similar question with the one I started last night, and I opted for the flush, and then I regretted it. But here I am faced with the same decision, and I'm making the same one, I think. Yeah, I think that's what I want. So I'm just gonna lock it in, set it, forget it, move on. Don't dwell on alternative ways it could have gone. Just create new opportunities which let you make new decisions where you can embrace the things you learned from the past, right? This is my first time working on wood. I usually do the canvases when I'm doing a collage here, or painting for that matter. And I went to the store today, and the woods were a little bit cheaper, and I kind of like, last night was the first test of the wood piece, because it was my last thing after I ran out all my canvases. This was the one I started last night, by the way. Anyways, when I stand up there, you can't really see my face, so I'm gonna sit back down here, but sometimes you just gotta get that bird's eye view. So, I think I'm gonna put that guy down there too. That makes some good sense to me. Like I mentioned, this is Henry Nizuka playing in the background. My name is Daniel, and I am pretty dedicated to the arts. I am lucky to be able to serve in this way because it's so fun. So I'm grateful for the opportunities to live and breathe and walk on this earth with these plants and animals and other people in the waters. I'm grateful for the sun. I'm grateful for all the life. I'm grateful for the insects and the bugs. I wish happiness and well-being for all people. For all people. I think I need to cut this a little bit more. That way they are separate. I can treat them separately. I do like that, so I'm gonna just lock it in with some glue and move on. Just do the thing and do it now. You know that kind of thinking, but when you're into it, it feels good. That motivation to, sometimes I can be, again, I'm about to use that language again about plagued and like this predictive kind of talking that makes it more real when I say it. So I could observe my self-talk and just say, rather than dwell on the negative and recreate it, just imagine its alternative. I've already forgotten the judgment, the limiting belief I was about to repeat. So likely for the better, and we will just keep going, keep creating. And yeah, there's a beautiful thing about collage making. So I make a lot of different types of art. I love events even, and I do consider life to be your greatest art. So, but I do a lot of traditional art as well. So as you can see, collage and visual art. I like to draw and paint. And music, I play a lot of music as well, and I enjoy videography and photography a tiny bit, not too much photography, but, and I enjoy theater, and I admire, I aspire to produce theater. Certainly get there in some of the events, but we do a lot of live shows, gatherings. I love the art of the gathering, bringing people together. Like, if life is a creative act, then who you interact with, what you say, you know, everything is creative. How you eat, how you dress, what you walk and talk about. You know, that's why I say life is serious artwork. So here this was a picture of Medusa, and I'm just kind of cut it into a few pieces and just kind of getting down some base layers here. And I think that actually looks pretty super cool. So I'm gonna throw that down on there too. I see that somebody tuned in for 9 seconds. I don't know if anybody will ever watch this, right? See, there's another like predictive kind of thought. Like, at least there I'm open-minded. I don't know, you know, but to what end does it manifest what you think? You know, they talk about neuroplasticity and the brain being able to learn, and therefore, what does it mean to will something into existence? You know, and is that linking up words? It's probably good to say the words and do the actions. You know, like it is one thing to think about it, and then it's another thing to do it. So, you know, it would be great, but you know, I personally worry about seeming proud or something, which probably makes me come across exceeding excessively, like, humble or self-sabotaging in a way. Not even humble, but like just self-deprecating and that down talk, you know, because I'm afraid of being too boastful. Maybe saying that is a very boastful thing to say. I tell my inner monologue and critic tells me. There's a part of me that doesn't even care, you know. I know where my intention is, and I'm open to learning. So even if I have to admit mistakes and fault, like, that doesn't so much scare me. It sucks, but I'm open to it, you know. As I think is wise if you're trying to have a growth mindset. Okay, so I just put a base layer down on that. Good. It's a big piece, so it's nice to start with some big ones. I'm not even attached to what these things are going to be. I'm just going to make something, so I don't even care. It's just about the joy that I have in building. Right now, I'm literally just doing what I think is fun. So that's why I don't even really feel a certain anyway about anybody watching. Like, one, it's like, okay, I don't really have following, so why would anybody watch, like, or tune right now, you know, tune in. But also, like, that doesn't even matter to me, and my intention isn't necessarily to gain a lot of followers. It's just to do cool shit. So here I am, just trying to share my cool shit and trying to create opportunities for people to do their own cool things, you know. Like, not only am I making art, but I'm inviting community and collaborative art, you know. Like, if I look at my closest friendships and relationships, they're all pretty much mostly people that I make things with, you know. Like, I make music with him and with her, and we put shows on together, and we make videos and talk about, you know, ideas. Like, you know, most of my relationships are creative in that way, and it makes sense to me because if I have a relationship to art, that's a personal practice that, like, that early on in my life gave me something to work with, to grow and just think about. And then, so I might read a book, right, and then I could meet someone in society, and while I might have had some social anxiety around what to talk about or something, I knew that I had a relationship to that book because I resonated with the characters and I loved them in a way that I didn't love the world, you know. It was finding myself in art. Anyhow, so then if I meet someone in the world and we both relate to the same book, the same artwork, then we have that in common. Or we both relate to music and we can play music together. So we can use our common touch points of art to build a personal, more social relationship. So art has that benefit and advantage as well. I am up to 1935 here, and this is my first official live stream on YouTube. I've done Instagram Live, but I've never done Twitch or anything, and like, I've been thinking about doing this for so long, so I'm not even, you know, feeling a certain way about it being perfect or anything. I'm just glad that I had the courage to do it, you know. See, and then the critiquing mind comes. It's like, oh, you don't even like that. But honestly, it's not about right now doing something that I like. I'm just trying to get it down, you know? Just do it. I really like these waves here. See, like, this is what I mean. This is a famous painting that I cut out of a magazine that I found somewhere. And I don't want to reuse the whole painting, but I'm just going to cut a wave out because I think it looks cool and I just want to do cool stuff. You know what I mean? To go left or to go right? I went right, and there is no looking back. Once again, we are listening to Henry Nozuka. Very, very nice, talented person from, or at least currently residing in Toronto, Ontario, Canada. And he is putting out an album in the next few months, 6 months, next year, at some point, coming soon. And he has asked me to make some art for it. So here I am, getting excited about Collage, and not even like listening to his music just to feel the vibe of it, and just jamming out, getting some ideas down, you know? That's the way it goes. That's the way the cookie crumbles. So one thing is about putting this Medusa down, like I could have put other pieces under it first, you know? In fact, I would have rather done that. Like, they have such nice contour to them that they would have popped really nicely on the top. Yeah, I think I just gotta leave it. It really is not a big deal. The sky is clear. Got this nice space picture. I'm gonna get some space onto this guy. I have some pieces going for this already. I had these curved ones. I'm gonna cut some strips of space out. I hope I hasn't jumped to the unreleased music. Let me double check, because this sounds... This song is called Reflections in the Stone. No, it's not. Yes, it is. Beautiful song. Probably gonna keep this stream open for another 5 minutes and then shut it down. But if you were the one person that tuned in, you helped me. I appreciate you taking even these 9 seconds that you did to come in here and hang out with me. That is very cool. And I look forward to doing more of it. So, yeah, I got it. It helps to just let things go, not to be attached to your ideas, or else things get very stagnant very quickly. So, if I have one wish for you today, I wish that you embrace change with ease. May you look for the opportunities. Be open to the change. What do you say when someone goes? Be open to the change, my friend. Sometimes I'll cut the piece out and just move it around to see. Like, I don't even know which way this one's gonna go. I'm gonna practice my non-attachment and just start gluing stuff down. The sense of it goes. I love these like howling winds in the back. I love the soundscape. It's very mellow, very my kind of music. Time is valuable, man. You only get a limited amount here on Earth in your body, so make the most of it. You know? Find your fun stuff and do it. Over and over. I like framing things, putting boxes around things. In my artwork even. Like, for example, yeah, it's got border on two sides, but just like framing things. This piece is getting a frame. So yeah, I think we're listening to the songs over and over, but that is totally cool. Because I thought when it started, I'm like, man, this one sounds like the last one. Which I get. Even as a songwriter myself, I remember that, you know, I'd write a song and I'd write another song and it would sound a lot like the song that came before it, you know. And then I'd write a third song and it sounded a lot like the second song. And I'd write a fourth song and it sounded a lot like the third song, you know, like they sound like the ones before them. But if you would look at the first and you look at the fifth, they could be drastically different. So sometimes you got to zoom out and look at progress, not from one to one, but, you know, from album to album and not song to song. Because obviously there's something different, unless it's the exact same song. I just want to make sure I don't reflections in the stone. Yeah. So nice and peaceful. I'm about to make the half-hour mark. My inaugural live stream. Pretty epic. Pretty epic. I don't want these things to get cluttered. Like, even that, I feel a bit busy. It's a bit busy now. Get me getting scared. Oh, it's like a factory this way. Factory on Mars. The wind farm factory. See, there's a small little grace period where you can move the piece. If, you gotta get it within like 2 minutes, but it's 2 to 5 minutes. I mean, depends on the piece and how much glue and a lot of things, but there are small windows for you to undo, but they don't last long. Wherever you are today, wherever you're tuning in from, whatever you were thinking on your way in, I hope you find some joy tonight. I hope you experience peace in knowing that this life that we get to participate in is pretty rare, and we get to feel human life in these bodies, and that is pretty cool. And you are powerful in your ability to create the reality that you want to some extent. You are not powerless, that is for sure. You have some power, and if you dive into it, you might just find your superpower. Look, I put my eyes down. Look, the average viewer count is going up. They may even be with me now, which would be pretty epic. My first actual audience. This is my first live stream, but I'm doing some collage for a musician that hired me to make some music. So I'm playing some of his music in the background, and I'm doing some collage, and I'm having fun. I haven't created like this in a while. And I was just doing my farewell. Actually, I was sending people off with a blessing of peace. And I'm going to stay true to that because I did what I wanted to. I came on here. I said I was going to do a half-hour live stream. I'm just wrapping it up now. I'm going to drink some juice. And I'm going to probably keep working on the collage. And I'm going to switch over to the unreleased music that I'm building for and keep working. But welcome to my studio. I am super hyped about it. And I will be back. So thank you. Be well.